This video contains audio description. The content is presented by Yetnebash Nugusi Mola, UNICEF Disability Specialist. Photographs of children with disabilities from around the world. Disability Inclusion Training. Module 1. Who are we?
Hello, my name is Iman. I am from Syria and live in Jordan.
My name is Brian. I'm from Peru.
My name is Maria and I'm from Bulgaria.
Over 1 billion people have a disability. That's 15% of the world's population. I am one of them. But disability does not define us. I am a mother to my 3 daughters, a daughter to my mom, and a co-worker for my colleagues in UNICEF. Today, together with these other young people, I am here to share a few experiences and ideas that may help you when you meet with other persons with disabilities in your work.
I'm a university student. I'm studying interpreting. I love to paint. I've been painting for a while now.
I am a teaching assistant at a private university. I love reading about history and philosophy, and I love spending time at home with my family.
I'm majoring in political science and journalism and mass communication. I like to listen to music, research music.
15% of the world's population has a disability. That is roughly 1 in 7 people. But many disabilities are not visible, like hearing loss, low vision, or autism.
Mark speaks in Ugandan Sign Language.
My name is Mark. I'm a representative of the Ugandan National Association of the Deaf Blind.
Marcelina speaks in Samoan Sign Language.
My name is Marcelina. I'm from Samoa. I work as a deaf advocate and project officer of the Deaf Association of Samoa.
Zakwande uses a communication board.
My name is Zekwande Matendra, and I'm a non-speaking autistic from Pretoria, South Africa.
Think about it. The chances are that you know someone who has a disability and you didn't even realize it. Persons with disabilities are in every community around the world. But because of things like stigma and discrimination, they are often left out of society. Some persons with disabilities may not be able to leave their houses much because the environment is not accessible. Others may be kept hidden away because their family is ashamed. When that happens, it's hard for anyone to even know that they exist. Disability is part of being human. Yes, I am blind. Maybe you're able to see. That's the difference between us. But there are many differences between different people. I'm African. You may not be. I'm a woman. You may be a man. These are all differences between us. Disability is just one more difference. Some people have disabilities from birth, but most are acquired over the course of a person's life.
I was about 10 years old when I lost my leg. When I was in Syria, there was a war going on. I was out with my brothers and sisters, and we were shot at, and I lost my leg.
Disability is more common in poor communities. It's an unfair cycle that needs to be broken. If you're poor, you may not be able to get healthy food or clean water. You'll probably have worse access to health care. You may live and work in dangerous conditions. All these things may make it more likely for you to acquire a disability. And at the same time, having a disability often puts people at risk of being poor. Why? To start with, it can be harder for a child with a disability to go to school. Often the schools themselves are inaccessible. In some places, schools don't let children with disabilities enroll because of negative attitudes. And if you cannot go to school, it will be a lot harder to find a well-paying job later in life. Persons with disabilities can also have harder time if they are from ethnic minority groups, or if they're migrants or refugees, or based on their gender identity or sexual orientation.
When someone's appearance looks stereotypically of a member of the LGBTQ community and they are in a wheelchair, that could increase the level of insults they might experience on both accounts.
A lot of these problems exist because people have misconceptions about disability. People don't understand something, so they assume things which are wrong, like the idea that I need help or sympathy, when in fact I feel like a strong, capable woman.
Some societies believe that people with disabilities, especially the deaf-blind, cannot really communicate. But I have my hands to sign. Sometimes my sign language interpreters are there. If I meet somebody who doesn't know how to communicate through sign language, I can write on paper. If not, we can send text messages. Many people think people with disabilities like me can't live independently. But it's rare that I need a guide to be able to communicate or get around.
People who don't know me think I'm dumb. Up until a few years ago, I've been taught baby stuff at school. People have to be willing to take the time to watch me spell it out.
When you assume things or have a negative attitude, you can end up excluding persons with disabilities and their families from a lot of very important things. In some places, children with disabilities can't go to school or aren't allowed to. Even something as simple as going to the toilet can be impossible if the toilet isn't accessible. This happens even more in poorer countries, rural areas, or humanitarian contexts, like when people are forced to flee their homes because of a war or a natural disaster.
The bathrooms weren't adapted for the needs of persons with disabilities. My parents had to adapt it themselves to fit my wheelchair so that I could sit down and shower.
Disability inclusion is the best way to make sure that persons with disabilities can take part in society just like everyone else. As someone who works with their communities, you can play a big part in making sure children and adults with disabilities participate in all decisions that affect them. It means removing the barriers that stop persons with disabilities from using the services you offer. And it means providing support if and when someone needs it.
Inclusion means that I'm a part of something. For example, every Sunday my church service includes a deaf interpreter.
Inclusion means that everybody receives the resources and opportunities to learn and participate.
For me, inclusion means ensuring that all persons with disabilities are involved in all activities and responsibilities that concern them.
It's important because it really brings to the diversity of society and helps people feel like they're valuable. And I think moving forward, society really needs to listen to actual people with disabilities because we are the best storytellers of our experiences. and we truly can determine what we can and cannot achieve.
UNICEF, for every child, with technical support from CBM Global Disability Inclusion, with thanks to NORAD, Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation. Video production by Highway Child.